I'm so confused and shocked.
You are my fire, my one desire.
We just got out of an early screening of Man Down.
Not that early. This movie
Is
premiered.
it?
Well, it comes out this
I don't
weekend,
know what-
but this movie premiered last year at the Toronto International Film Festival. The trailer came out a month ago. It's one of the best trailers of the year, for sure.
That trailer is nothing like the movie.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf plays a soldier who is going off to war. Guy Courtney stars as like his battle buddy, his best friend, who they go to battle together, and lots of shit goes down. Kate Mara plays Shia LaBeouf's wife. Gary Oldman's in it, not phoning it in, unlike the last 18 movies he's been in. Before we get into the to the spoiler section, overall, what did you think of this movie, Daniel?
I feel like we're in a relationship. We both have news to tell each other, but I'm not sure if your news is the same as my news. If I like propose to you and then your news is you have terminal cancer, I don't know what the fuck's going on and I'm terrified. I kind of hate this movie.
I kind of love this movie.
Spoiler alert, obviously, shit's gonna go down, so y'all prepare yourselves for that.
Scroll to the time code right here. You get our non-spoiler thoughts on the movie and our scores out of 6 stars. But
We should just talk about the things that pop out at us, like how this movie starts, and it immediately reminded me of like Sin City
Yes.
and The Road, a post-apocalyptic thing, because the trailer doesn't mention any of that.
when I read the synopsis, it was something like a soldier returns to like a post-apocalyptic world. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like a fucking action movie.
Oh, is that what the synopsis said?
When I read it like a year ago, and then I saw the trailer and it looked like this military movie, I was like, oh, maybe they got it wrong. The synopsis, and it's told non-linearly. It goes into his training with Jai Courtney, then it goes into the mission he goes on with Jai Courtney in, I believe it's Afghanistan. It's not
Yeah.
Iraq, it's Afghanistan. And it also goes to this sort of evaluation he has with Gary Oldman, who plays some, I don't know what his exact rank is.
I think he's a captain.
He's something who's just giving sort of a mental evaluation of Shia LaBeouf. And it's going to fucking the future where there's this post-apocalyptic world with him and Jai Courtney.
Every time they cut, it's so obviously digitally altered that you feel like you're playing like
It did feel very video gamey.
you
in
feel
how
like
it's
you're
shot.
playing like Homefront or Dead Rising or The Last of Us if you just spilled a lot of coffee on the Divergent movie. You'd
Yeah.
kind of get this cinematography.
Also with Jai Courtney.
Also with Jai Courtney. I like Jai Courtney better in that movie than this.
Wait,
but
what? Whoa.
In Insurgent, I love Jai Courtney in Insurgent.
Okay, if you're talking about like ironically, like
No, for like, I love Jai Courtney in Insurgent because he's having so much goddamn fun with himself.
I love it when he does that Terminator run.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Jai Courtney is somebody that I've always kind of been ironically rooting for because he's always terrible in these movies, but I've seen him do some good shit. Like, he was good in Jack Reacher. I didn't like Suicide Squad, but he was good in it, and I thought this was his best performance to date.
I've been actively rooting for Jai Courtney, and I love Jai Courtney in this movie. Nothing is better than that Terminator run. That's what I'm
true.
saying.
No, yeah, you're saying it's like ironically he was hilarious.
No, it's not ironic. It's amazing.
Well, it's like,
I don't believe in irony, my friend.
but you love Jai Courtney in that movie in the same way you love Paul Giamatti in Morgan.
Paul Giamatti is legitimately the best part of Morgan. Don't bring that up. That's not gonna work in the irony argument.
That's true.
This
Your wife.
movie gets so Top Gun at points.
At the beginning, I was like, I legitimately thought that the twist is they're totally gay for each other.
That's what I thought! Like, oh my god, are they like in the sheets? Because that would kind of be amazing, but oh my god, poor Kate Mara. It turns out that his best friend has been cheating with Kate Mara. I loved how, to our audience, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
I saw it coming from the very big. That's the thing is
that phone call.
No, I saw it even before that. Like that scene when at the birthday party. Like there's a scene where Shia LaBeouf's stupid kid is having a birthday party.
I had thoughts about that, But then I thought, maybe it's just like a retarded longing shot about how, oh no, he's probably gonna die over there.
I had more confidence in this movie at that point. The movie doesn't have the shitty exposition that I hate in most movies. It lets you figure out stuff on your own.
The editing is so fucking jumpy.
Yeah.
It's as if they took a whole 2-hour movie from beginning to end, just hacked at it with a razor blade.
If it was just linear, it would have gotten really boring and slow to start off with. I think that they did it in a cool way, and you kind of saw like the different stages he was in his life. It was kind of fun to watch this and try to piece it all together.
Whenever we watch something like Arrival, which does the same sort of big twist, and it's all supposed to be connective, I feel like I can watch Arrival, not get that twist, and be completely satisfied with the movie. I don't mind that a movie would be linear. It's just how many pieces I have to put back together.
It was disorienting in a few scenes, but overall, I kind of like that they took a chance with how they were telling the story.
When he goes to Afghanistan, there's a day where he sees somebody hiding in the second story of a tower, of a building, and then they start shooting at his group. They run up, and after this massive firefight with digital blood squibs, which just look terrible on their own, they go into the room, and then he is tasked with making sure the room next to them is clear, that nobody's alive. And he checks, and he's good, nobody's alive. And then suddenly he looks over, and there's a shuffling by a rug on the floor. He sees the barrel of a gun pop out, some bullets fly, and then Jai Courtney is fucking laid up against the wall with bullet holes. He retaliates, and it turns out it's a mother and son. Oh no, us monsters in America, we've ruined innocence. And then of course, that very last second before it cuts away from that scene, you see the single lonely tear, the poor Afghanistani boy tear. That kind of reminded me of that one commercial with the stoic Indian crying over the burning of the forest.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's a classic commercial. I'll throw it in the vid.
Oh, okay.
But it's great. Just before he goes to war, the entire world is super saturated in the picture of 50s America and football and barbecues and product placement. Like,
that was my biggest problem with this movie.
Coca-Cola and fucking Pringles.
The Coca-Cola product placement.
I've never wanted sour cream Pringles more in my life.
You know what the sad part is? I didn't drink anything before I got in this movie. I was like, when that scene came up, I was like, man, I really want a Coke. Have you tried that new Coke, like Coke Life or something?
Ugh, that sounds disgusting.
Like the green
That sounds like vegan Coke.
I think it's like pure cane sugar or something. I don't know what it is.
You mean Mexican Coke? Throughout the whole film, you see Shia LaBeouf talking to Jai Courtney in these post-apocalyptic scenes. He looks on the TV, and there's fucking Bill O'Reilly there on the Factor talking about this bio weapon. I don't know when this movie's supposed to take place. I assume like in the mid to late 2000s.
That's what I assumed as well.
Because they've got like flip phones, but they're talking about Skype, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Who uses Skype?
I'm sorry, just the fact that Bill O'Reilly showed up in this is so goddamn distracting.
Okay, but that happens in a lot of movies. That happens in a lot of movies. It's not like Batman vs. Superman when Anderson Cooper's like, oh, Doomsday's in, Gotham.
It's like Mike Huckabee in God's Not Dead 2.
I hope Mike Huckabee seriously gets hit by a bus. Like, 'cause that guy is a piece of shit.
No, Rick Santorum's a piece of shit.
No, but Rick Santorum is just like...
Rick Santorum is a genuine piece of shit.
But Mike Huckabee, I want to destroy him.
Him and Newt Gingrich.
But Newt Gingrich is giving us amazing movie reviews. Please follow Newt Gingrich on Twitter. He posts amazing movie reviews. He posted a review. He loved London Has Fallen, and he loved Jack Reacher Never Go Back. I can't wait for his John Wick review.
I can't wait for his Great Wall review.
When he talks about how Matt Damon's the only one that can save China. Matt Damon is perfectly cast as a Chinese person. 6 stars.
How many terrible YouTube comments are we gonna get on this video? Because A, I hate this movie, and B, I said Rick Santorum's a piece of shit. Shia LaBeouf is the great part of a shitty movie.
People who think he's a shitty actor because he's in Transformers, to me, that's the same as people saying that Ewan McGregor's a bad actor because he was in the Star Wars prequels.
He could be in a shitty movie like this one. He could be in a good movie like Fury. He puts himself into every goddamn role. You see all the pain in his eyes from just all the shit that he goes through.
Yeah.
He's tough as hell. He's charming as hell. When he's talking to Kate Mara, when she's shaving his head and he's kind of being a cute husband, and he's a hilarious father making fart noises. All the post-apocalyptic stuff happens. The only people alive are him, Jai Courtney, and some homeless guy played by Clifton Collins Jr.
Who just shows up.
Who's just there to be a homeless guy.
He probably is a homeless guy.
Oh, that's fucked up. All that shit is happening, and he thinks that there's this mysterious government police force that's keeping his son and his wife away from them. And then it turns out it's all in his head.
And Jai Courtney is there, and obviously we find out he dies.
Jai Courtney is Tyler Durden. All the scenarios that Shia LaBeouf has made up in his head are fucking fake. He's traipsing around his house because he finds out that Kate Mara and Jai Courtney fucked, and so they obviously can't be together anymore. And he's walking around their house. Remember as a kid, you used to imagine that you were a soldier trying to, get in to grab the cookies and get out. His idea of pretend is like Call of Duty or Fallout New Vegas universe.
I definitely saw Jai Courtney. I was like, he's totally gonna die. That's why Shia LaBeouf is in that meeting with Gary Oldman, and that's why, and it's just in his head. I didn't know what to think of all the rest of it. I was like, but when he found out, like, oh, it's like, they're keeping my son away from me, I'm like, okay, it's totally all of it in his head.
Without the twist, there's nothing separating this from being, you're right, your normal PTSD movie. I still think it would have stood because of LaBeouf's performance.
There's so much emotion, and you see that in Shia LaBeouf's performance, and it's really hard to display that on the screen because it's impossible to get into somebody's mind. So they tried to like give a window into somebody's mind by trying to, like, he's kind of wants to like live out this fantasy.
I think this movie is a melodrama that takes itself too seriously. That title card at the end where it was trying to tell you all the statistics about veterans and homelessness and suicide, that highlights that this kind of shit can really happen. It's like, and if you don't take care of your veterans, this'll just explode into a calamity. I knew that title card was coming a mile away because I knew
you
this
movie. So upset when it came
because
up.
I know this movie's just trying to push this message, but do it in a way that's so far-fetched that I can't emotionally latch onto it. Like that scene when Chris Kyle is sobbing at the bar at American Sniper, I felt that shit. If you want a really good double feature for alter ego war movies, just watch American Sniper and then Birdman, you'll be sold. I tend to do that. If I don't like a movie, I'll just like take the two things it reminds me of and just double feature.
So I like, if you, well, you could just watch like a Shia LaBeouf movie and then like a Gary Oldman movie. So you could watch like a double,
like Red Riding Hood and Disturbia,
Transformers and Air Force One,
Crystal Skull and Fifth Element.
Never seen Fifth Element, but I don't hate Crystal Skull.
I don't hate Crystal Skull either.
It's not, it's ridiculous, but so are all the other Indiana Jones movies. But
there is no way you can survive falling off a mountain in a lifeboat. I love how my 14-year-old mind rationalized him surviving the fridge because, oh yeah, it's lead lined, so it protects him from radiation. As long as that fucking fridge made it intact, I totally believe that Indiana Jones could make it out of that shit.
The way I rationalized it was, and I remember thinking about this when the movie came out. I'm like, well, he drank from the Holy Grail in Last Crusade, so he's gonna be fine. I remember thinking that when the movie came out.
You know what? You're right. Why the fuck isn't Harrison Ford invincible? So if you scroll to the time code, we've been chatting for a little bit about Man Down, something that, again, we're polarized on.
We've also been chatting about a lot of other stuff.
A lot of other shit. Jesus Christ. We're gonna give quick final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. I thought this was melodramatic. I thought this was not the right way to approach a subject of this caliber. The non-linear structure was jumpy. I thought it was edited poorly. I thought the CGI was terrible. The performances are top-notch, and that is the only thing that really saves it from getting, like, a beating viscerally, because
Oh, man.
whenever you see the ending,
So much
that
rage.
fucking just got me livid. I felt insulted, and I know I have absolutely no right to feel insulted if this is truly what veterans feel, but fuck, I just thought, wow, this is so not the way to approach this. I'm gonna be nice because Shia LaBeouf is a great fucking actor and give this a 2 out of 6.
Okay, didn't get into once. I thought it was an interesting way to approach it. I didn't have the problems you had with the editing. I thought it was told in an interesting way. I agree, the performances are fantastic. Fuck it, I would put Shia LaBeouf in my best actor, thing so far this year. Courtney's great. Kate Mara's fine. She's hot. Gary Oldman isn't
Gary Oldman is
He's just kinda there.
reading the lines, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was bad or anything. But I thought I was completely emotionally invested in the end of this movie. So I'm gonna give this movie 4.5 out of 6 stars.
I knew you were going there, holy shit!
Honestly, it was that Coke product placement that brought it down.
I feel like during this review, we just kind of calmed each other down and brought
Yeah.
ourselves to a respectable level.
Yeah, because
We're like Siskel and Ebert, but more
Usually-
Holocaust and JFK jokes.
yeah, usually HK verdict of you had 2, I had 4.5.
3.25.
3.25 out of 6 stars, which is a mediocre verdict.
Which is, fuck it, rental.
If you do get the chance to rent it, I would recommend definitely checking it out.
I'd recommend a million other things before it, but
you
fuck
should
it.
probably go do some more things with your life. You should probably build a constructive relationship or buy a car or, do some stuff before.
It's okay, man. It's okay. So if you like this bullshit, you can click the like button down below. The subscribe button is also down below. You can be the first to find out when new content is up. We got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages.
We also got my blog,
Right.
liamgahan.wordpress.com.
Noah's Instagram is Geekasaur98. He just closed out the Thanksgiving break, the top 10 movies I'm thankful for. So if you want to see what his #1 movie that he's thankful for is, check out Geekasaur98 on Instagram.
We're gonna try to be back soon with a super early review of Why Him? The new movie with
Bryan Cranston
and James Franco that looks like it probably should have come out in 2009, but whatever. Might be checking out a screening of Jackie, La La Land, and Rogue One.
If Disney will get off their goddamn high horse trying to get a fucking box office record and not let us use the Cinemark free passes for our movie.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Disney.
You're not gonna break the all-time box office record 2 fucking years in a row. Get over yourselves.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Stop making Alice in Wonderland movies!
Mad Hatter can't hurt you anymore. He's only gonna hurt you in Fantastic Beasts 2, 3, 4, 5, 57.
No!